From the barbed-wire airfield of Cyprus, 2,000 British paratroops fly to the aid of Jordan's king and government. Among them a company of guards who form part of the 16th Independent Parachute Brigade. Once again, the Red Devils are on their way to the focal point of world's trouble. Iraq is in the hands of a pro-Nasser revolt. Neighboring Jordan fears the same fate, and its young King Hussein, cousin of the murdered Faisal of Iraq, has called on Britain for aid. Britain decides she cannot refuse. Cyprus, Britain's vital base in the eastern Mediterranean, still has troubles of its own. British troops do their best to keep Greeks and Turks from fighting each other, but this funeral of 3 Greek Cypriots, a monk, a nun, and an 11-year-old boy, remind us that intercommunal murder is still a daily menace in this unhappy island. The Lebanon is another Middle East country to have appealed for Western help. Over 5,000 American Marines land in the Lebanon at President Chamoun's request. Their aim? To put a stop to the revolt that has for weeks been trying to dislodge the Chamoun government. America's action in the Lebanon is defended in the United Nations by Ambassador Cabot Lodge.
Our purpose in coming to the assistance of Lebanon is perfectly clear. As President Eisenhower explained this morning, our forces are not there to engage in hostilities of any kind, much less to fight a war. Their presence is designed for the sole purpose of helping the government of Lebanon, at its request, in its efforts to stabilize the situation. Now, I need scarcely say that we are the first to admit that the dispatch of United States forces to Lebanon is not an ideal way to solve present problems. And they will be withdrawn as soon as the United Nations can take over.
From Iraq itself, where, reports Cairo Radio, King Faisal was killed at the outbreak of the revolt, comes news that the new government will honor oil agreements with the Western powers. If so, the flow from Kirkuk, 500 miles to the Mediterranean, will continue. Iraq, the 3rd biggest producer in the Middle East, must sell its oil, no matter who governs the country. What of Israel? A government headed by the courageous, astute Ben-Gurion knows what peril it would face if Jordan went the way of Iraq. After Israel overwhelmed Nasser's troops in the Suez campaign, Egyptian arms lay strewn over Gaza Strip. And today, the Israeli army, proud of its victory, splendidly equipped, is even better prepared than it was then. The whole population, women, no less than men, would fight to the death to keep invaders out of the hard-won Promised Land. In Amman, King Hussein told the press how he forestalled the plot on his life, planned to coincide with Faisal's murder, before asking outside help. Jordan's Arab Legion, created by Glub Pasha, is still the most efficient army of any Arab country. May Hussein's courage and prompt appeal for aid turn out to have stopped the rot in the Middle East.